So as you know, last season the first nightfall for the season was Proving Grounds, and the first Grandmaster was also Proving Grounds. Hey YouTube, it's Psycho, back with another video. Before we start this video, most people who are watching my content aren't subscribed to my channel, so make sure to hit that sub button and also click the bell icon so you won't miss any of my uploads. Alright, let's talk about the first Grandmaster, which might be Glossway. It's one of the hardest Grandmasters in general, especially when it comes down to the final boss room. The champions are Overload and Barrier champions. The burn is going to be Void since the boss is a Hydra and it shoots out Void cannons. As for champions, we have Overload captains, Servitor barriers, Overload minotaurs, and Barrier hobgoblins. Let's talk about the strike in general. This strike has two fallen bosses which you will face. I'd call them mini bosses. One of them is a sniper, so try not to get shot. Now let's talk about shields which you will have to deal with throughout the entire strike. Most shields are going to be arc and some solar shields on big shanks. So mostly you want to prepare yourself with is arc and solar. Have something for void too, just in case. Although I don't think there are any void shields because the minotaurs are replaced with overloads. Alright, now that's out of the way, let's talk about some loadout preferences. This season we have Barrier Scout Rifle, Auto Rifle Barrier, Sniper Rifle Barrier, Overload Bows, Overload Machine Guns, and Overload Arc Grenades. For overloads, I'd suggest bows because bows are capable of stunning champions with a full drawn shot. Fallen Overload captains like to teleport quite a lot, so it will be easier. Void Machine Gun Commemoration is also decent since it's void, it will do extra void damage as well. You can get this machine gun from the Deepstone Crypt raid, it's fairly pretty easy. By the way, if you are looking to seek help for raids and Grandmasters, I have a link to my Discord. We have amazing Sherpas for both PvE and PvP. Link is gonna be in the description down below. Alright, back to the video. Pick your loadout wisely. This season we have a new craftable Void Linear Fusion Rifle known as Taipan. That is also a solid pick for Void boss damage. Divinity is good for overloads and debuffing bosses for your team, so if you want to help your friends do more damage, you can use that. I can suggest a few loadouts which might help you beat this Grandmaster day 1. Two people can use Izanagi's Burden with any energy bow. We have quite decent energy bows like Arsenic Bite or Strident Whistle. There are a bunch of void ones as well, so feel free to just fit them in the slot if you want. And for heavy, Taipan Linear Fusion, while one person uses something like Auto Rifle or Scout Rifle for Barrier and Divinity for overloads and applying the debuff. Limonarch and Tiku's Divination are one of the best exotic bows in the game, which can provide you with the upper hand. You don't need to use overload bows with Limonarch because it already comes with overload arrows. If one of you wants to run Aeons to generate heavy ammo, that's not a bad idea. The more heavy you have, the easier the nightfall will be. Alright, let's talk about optimizing your armor and class exotics. If you are a hunter main, I'd suggest sticking to Night Stalker with Omni Oculus to provide your team with additional damage resistance when you use a smoke bomb. If you don't have Omni, you can use a Graviton Forfeit for increased invis duration. 6th Coyote is a viable option too. As for fellow Titans, you guys can run Solar Loreley Titan. Remember, this is a Grandmaster, so its recommended power is going to be 1610, so you have to mostly prepare for survivability. If you are gonna run Void Titan, run Sentinel Shield with Ursa Furiosa to get your super back faster. Moving on to Warlocks, your best bet is going to be either Welllock with Phoenix Protocol for faster well buildup or Voidlock with Devour. Stasis Warlocks with Osmioncy Gloves is one of the best combination you can use too. You will get 2 stasis turrets and you can toss them simultaneously to freeze group of enemies including champions and hydras. Use whatever you are comfortable with, just remember, prioritize survivability. Make sure you are on high resilience and have double thermoshock plating and void damage resistance if you are using an Artifice chest armor. If you don't have an Artifice chest armor, or if you're utilizing an exotic chest piece, then go 1 thermoshock plating and 1 void damage resistance. Try to run 100 resistance on all 3 classes. Oh, and one more important thing. Don't forget to put on your finders and scavengers for whatever heavy weapon you're gonna be using. For final boss room, use the left room and watch out for entrances. As soon as you see the overload champion spawns, you should always lure them in the middle. Prioritize overload champions and hydras before anything else. Once all the champions are dealt with, start DPSing the boss. Do watch out for the mini hydra, which will come inside the room. Kill all the enemies and champions, and rinse and repeat for the next rounds until the boss is finally dead. That's pretty much it for my prep guide for Glossway. I will be making more of these depending on how much helpful will it be to you guys. I hope this video prepares you for Grandmaster Glassway, and I hope you guys get it done day 1. Anyways, thanks for watching. Do leave a like and share. If you are new, consider subscribing to me and click the bell notification so you won't miss my uploads. I have a new sub goal. Help me get 1000 subscribers. GG's.